Hey guys, it's Kathy at Art Zone. I'm here to show you how to do our craft that goes along with the story, What Makes a Rainbow. If you have ordered your kit, you'll find that we've sent you a paper plate and it's been cut apart. We've sent you pipe cleaners, some cotton balls. I think that's all that we put into your kit. If you can find some glue, you'll want just some regular glue at some point, and something to color with. Crayons work just fine. In my example here, my drawing actually has marker in it also, so you can choose what you want to do. This is a weaving, and for our younger students, you'll want some help doing this. So first of all, we want to think about what is the order of the rainbow. Hopefully, you're thinking to yourself, Roy G. Biv, which actually means red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. So those are the colors we're going to use in our rainbow making today. You're going to start with your paper plate. You'll notice there is some tape at the bottom. That's because when we start weaving into this paper plate, it has a tendency to tear right down here. So I put some tape there. You can color over that as we go. The first step in our project is drawing a rainbow onto your paper plate. And I just used crayons to do that. I used the arch. That's the shape of a rainbow. It's an arch, half a circle. I've used that to start my rainbow. You'll notice it goes red right up there, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. You can always pause the video so you can have time to do that. While you're creating your rainbow, I want to talk to you a little bit about what actually makes a rainbow. Rainbows, maybe you've noticed, they are seen most times right after a rainstorm. Because what you need water up in the air and you need light, so sunlight. So in my drawing, I decided to illustrate that. I added more to my drawing than just the rainbow. After I did my rainbow, I then added the sun and just one or two rain clouds and a little droplets. And then I decided to fill in some space down here. Right down here, I did a drawing of myself and Miss Laura walking into Art Zone right after a rainstorm. So take some time, draw what you want onto your picture, and then come back and we'll weave. I'll go ahead and start the weaving for those of you who are ready. We're actually going to start our weaving by working backwards in our rainbow. So instead of starting with red, we're going to start with the end of the rainbow, which is purple. I'm going to lay my plate down. I'm going to take my pipe cleaner. You might actually hear thunder right now. It's raining here at Art Zone right now. So hopefully we'll get to see a rainbow in a little bit. The key to weaving is telling yourself over, under, over, under. So I'm going to start at the bottom, the flat part of my plate. I'm going to take my pipe cleaner, and each triangle is where I'm going to have to say over, under, over, under. So this first little triangle right here, I'm going to place my pipe cleaner on top of that triangle, and then where there's a hole, I'm going to slide it under. So then it will go under the next little triangle, then over a triangle, under a triangle, over, under, until you come to the end, and it is okay to go ahead and pull that out. So if you look close, you'll see this triangle, my pipe cleaner went over. This triangle, my pipe cleaner went under, over, under, over, under. And then my pipe cleaner's a little longer than my rainbow, and that's fine. I'm just gonna pull it and even it out on each side. And then we're gonna pull that, kind of push it down some. Not too hard, because you don't wanna rip your plate. And our next color in our rainbow, that's gonna be blue. Now, if this pipe cleaner started over, that means this pipe cleaner needs to start under. So this time I'm gonna come under it, and then it should go over. So it went under, over, under, over. And it's a little tricky to get these pipe cleaners into each part. So take your time. There's no reason to rush through it. So it should be opposite the last pipe cleaner. Once again, pull it and even it out. I'm gonna kind of push it down and then bring it a little closer to you. Hopefully you can kind of see where it goes. Over, under, and it's opposite. Here, this one is over, but then my blue one went under, so I can actually still see the picture that I drew. We're ready for our next color. It's gonna be green. So blue started under, which means green starts over. And once again, it gets harder as we go because there's less room in those little slices of the paper plate that I did. Over, under. And then pull it and even it out. Push it down some so it goes as far down. Oh, that thunder. It's gonna give us some nice rainbows in the end. And our next color in our rainbow. Let's see, we have to think backwards. Purple, blue, green, yellow. Our green started over, so our purple needs to start under. And this is where it gets really tricky. Fitting some of them in. Don't be afraid to ask for help if it gets a little too hard. Now my yellow is not going to fit into this last triangle. So it's okay. I'm just going to ignore that triangle. I'm still gonna pull out my pipe cleaner, even it up with the other ones, but it did not get to go down into this slice. And that's because of the way the slices are made. They're just not all going to fit. And then I'll push it down some. We still have 2 more colors to go. We're ready for orange. This is really where you might have to get some help. So if my yellow started under, that means orange starts over. But there's a problem here. There's not enough room for me to start where I want to start. So I just have to pretend that I'm gonna be there. That's okay. So if this one's over, this guy's supposed to be under. I'm gonna push it down just a little bit so I can get it in there. You can do this. It might even be easier if you flip your rainbow over and look at the back of it as you're trying to get it in. If you really want to make them fit, you could always ask for a little help in a tiny, take your scissors and just cut those slits just a little bit further, but don't go super far. You'll cut your rainbow in half. There, I got my orange in. I'm gonna push it down. So I have 1 more color to fit in there. It's red. So my orange started over, which means my red needs to start under, and then it would come over this one. Once again, it's gonna be hard to get it in there. There we go. Make sure it's opposite your last one. There. Oh, that was a hard one. I wasn't sure they'd all fit, but they did. And that's how we have our rainbow. But then we have all these extra pieces. I like to flip it over to work on this part and just take those extra pieces. I have my hand down on my paper plate and I'm gonna bend those extra pieces up. I wanna make sure that they don't come apart. So I'm gonna take them and I'm gonna twist them together. It's kind of fun. Pipe cleaners will twist together. If you had scissors, you could also cut some of this extra off, but I'm going to leave it because I'm going to use it as a design in just a moment once I get all the pieces twisted together. I'm just taking it and I'm twisting them around so they stay in one spot. Kind of like this. And I need to do the other side too. I sent cotton balls with you. We're actually going to glue them right into that spot so that they can be clouds at the edge of your rainbow. And then you can have this little extra hearts just kind of sticking off for a little more fun. When you do go to glue these cotton balls on, these aren't normal cotton balls. They don't pull apart and fluff up like a normal cotton ball. These, they're really sewn together, so you're not going to be able to fluff them. But if you have cotton balls at home, you could always add more. I'm going to take it, I'm going to add a bunch of glue. Really make sure my cotton balls stay on. But I'll have to leave these laying flat to actually dry. I won't be able to really do much with it right now. Glue kind of dries overnight when you use a lot of it, like we are. So I'm going to try and see if my cotton balls will stay near. There we go. So that is our project for what makes a rainbow. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to creating with you soon.